Well, hello everybody. It's Mike here. I just want to welcome you back to Green Acres Place. And today I have really got some exciting things to share with you. I have a friend of mine, a lady that I have met. Her name is Terry Buhecker, and she is a retired pharmacist. And so today we're going to interview Terry on CBD oil and her views about it. So with that being said, let me introduce Terry to you. Hello, Terry.
Hi. Hi,
How are
Mike.
you today?
I'm good. It's a
Well,
beautiful day.
good. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we really get started, I need to read something to everybody. I need to do a disclaimer real quick because what we're going to talk about, we don't make any medical claims or whatever. And as far as these products are concerned that we mentioned, statements may be made on this product, website, or sales material have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and these products are not intended to replace medication or eliminate the advice of a competent healthcare practitioner. Also on income, there are no guarantees regarding income on this opportunity. The success or failure of each affiliate, like any other business, depends on each affiliate's skill set and personal effort. Earning levels for independent affiliates are examples and should not be construed as typical or average. Income level achievements are dependent upon the individual's affiliate business skills, personal ambition, time commitment, activity, and demographic factors. So, with that being said, and out of the way, the laundry's been washed and dirty laundry's been done. So, we'll get into this interview real quick. So, once again, just want to welcome Terry. Terry, how long were you a pharmacist before you retired?
Well, I was a pharmacist for 22 years, and I had 5.5 years of school and training before that. So in the profession, almost 30 years.
Almost 30 years. Wow. So you
Yeah.
know a little bit about it. You've seen a little bit come and go then, huh?
I have. I've seen a lot change, I think, and I haven't felt like it's always been good changes. The medical profession's tried to become more professional, I guess, but the drugs have become more dangerous, and it just seems like we've had some huge issues with the medical profession.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind me asking, why did you stop being a pharmacist or retire?
Well, there were two reasons. The first off is after 22 years of more than that, working in a pharmacy, I had inhaled enough drug dust to probably supply my body for the rest of its life. And I started having medical or health issues, and no one could figure out what was wrong with me. We just kind of were going to lump me into that chronic fatigue syndrome. And as soon as I quit pharmacy and walked away from it, I started feeling a lot better. Had to work on trying to get my body cleaned up, but that was the first reason. But the second reason is I worked in a small town for the last 10 years of my professional life, and I had 3 people that I know of for a fact that I actually literally rang up and handed them their last bottle of pills, and they went out and they overdosed. And it's hard. It's hard to know, is there something else I could have said? Is there something I could have done that could have changed that? And so anyway, that's kind of hard too. You have to accept the fact that not everybody's going to do what they're supposed to do with the medication they receive.
Yeah, and the prescription drugs and the abuse. Of course, I'm not going to make this about me, but I'll just show if everybody can see a picture of me. I've got scars on my face here from evidence and the results of prescription drug abuse. And so, but anyway, not enough about me. I just wanted to share that. That's a big problem. And, for me, it's a terrible problem in this country. And I know you've seen it firsthand, like you just mentioned about the 3 there. But let me ask you something else too. What has your experience been with CBD oil?
Well, at first, as a pharmacist, I was a little cautious. Wasn't quite sure if it was just to get more marijuana out in the market, or if it really had health benefits. But it does seem to have health benefits, and now the more I've learned about CBD in general, it's the CBD is really not, it's an agent that helps us, and it does seem to have a calming effect on our central nervous system, but it doesn't get us high, so I think the CBD in itself is a great option for people. I mean, it's something that nature has provided to give us a balance, much, kind of like ibuprofen. People took ibuprofen because the prostaglandins, don't want to get technical, we're supposed to stop inflammation. Well, CBD seems to help calm the central nervous system. We live in a world where we're exceptionally stimulated. And it's no wonder that people have anxiety and can't sleep at night.
Wow. Well, you mentioned something about stimulation, and is this marijuana?
No. Actually, it's not. It looks like marijuana. I call it the marijuana twin, but hemp and marijuana are kind of like cinnamon and clove. Cinnamon and clove are twins. They're identical twins, as a matter of fact, except for one thing. They're mirror images, and in the sunshine or in the light, one will spin to the right and one will spin to the left. And because of that, they're two totally different substances in our body. We perceive them as something different. The body uses them in a different way. And so the CBD in hemp and the THC in marijuana, because that's the big difference, right? Are totally different. Our body does totally different things with those. So hemp is different. The CBD is different than the marijuana.
Wow, that's awesome. And so the effects of each are different.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, THC makes you paranoid and eat a lot. I don't know. I don't want to go there, but I had my 2 months in life where I had to try, and
right.
I decided I didn't like it. So there you go.
I understand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now are you currently taking CBD oil?
Yes, I am. After 22 years of being in a pharmacy, standing on my feet for 13 to 15 hours a day, which I'm going to just tell you that as a pharmacist, when you're running a crew of people and you sit down, guess what happens? Everybody sits down. So as a pharmacist, I stood on my feet for anywhere, depending on my shifts were 13 hours. So, and then you're there a little, well, I was never there early. I always opened up right on time or 1 minute late. But I was always there a half hour later, or maybe sometimes an hour, depending on what was going on. But you just never sit down because you can't. And then you don't get breaks either. Anyway, so I have a hip that doesn't like me anymore. And it's odd with hips, but as soon as you go to bed, they ache like a son of a gun. So between the hip cream, the CBD oil cream, and the CBD oil, I sleep a ton better. And the pain is greatly reduced. It's greatly reduced. And so I've been really happy with it.
That's funny you say that. I use it for the same thing. Of course, I was a long haul truck driver for many, many years, and I've had hip problems. And of course, I'm overweight a little and everything. So that's not helping in my lower back, but my hips, I've always had a problem. But once I started taking CBD oil, that took a lot of that pain away from me. Another thing for me was arthritis, and it, holding a steering wheel, holding a gear shift and different things like that for long periods of time has caused arthritis in my hands. And the CBD has helped, alleviate a lot of the arthritic pain that I've had. So, but, I got one other question I'd like to ask you too about this. What, of course, you mentioned the calming effects and different things. What are some of the other benefits other than just relieving the pain in your hips? What, from your professional standpoint, what would you say would be some of the other benefits of CBD oil?
Well, so one of the big things, and I can't say this has helped me because I don't have this issue, but one of the big things was that CBD would help, glaucoma. I think that's pretty much been established. So Boy, that's a good question. There are a lot of things that it seems like CBD helps. I think anxiety really is a huge one.
Yeah.
Like I said, we live in this world of overstimulation, and anxiety has got to be a bigger and bigger problem. I can't honestly say that it will make you feel better and help with depression, but it does seem to make you feel, I don't know, just gives you a kind of like a, I don't know if peace is a good word, but it just seems to settle you down and just make you kind of feel better, be able to handle some of the pressures of the day. And I think that is a really great benefit from the CBD. The other thing is, I think it stops people from wanting to reach out to other chemicals to find, you know, to relax, we might say. CBD definitely isn't something you would take to relax. But why do we drink, and why do people reach out for drugs? And, they found some sort of relief from their pain. So CBD, well, and then there's children. CBD also has really been shown to help with seizures. And we know that it affects the central nervous system. Opiates affect the central nervous system, We know that it helps calm people down. So seizures is another one where CBD seems to be a great benefit. And we know that also has been proven in the medical world. And, there's places where you can go, especially in children, they've been using CBD for seizures, Now, I'm not saying if your kid has seizures to go out and start self-treating him, because obviously you need to stay with your physician on that. But I think you find that physicians are very open. And I have a friend right now, I was talking to her. She has a daughter, unfortunately, that has a brain tumor. And we all know that's probably not going to end up well. But her neurologist told her, go and get CBD oil. Now, I'm not, like I say, you can talk to your physician about it. You shouldn't be afraid to tell them what you're taking. The other thing is CBD is metabolized in the liver. We have 3 options in life. We have liver, kidney, and your lungs expel some medications like alcohol, right? So if you're on medications and you want to take CBD oil, it's metabolized in the liver. And more than anything, really what your doctors can do is just monitor your medications. Maybe they could lower something or, use a different medication. I don't know, but it's a good thing that we have in our country. And it's been in prohibition, kind of like alcohol was in prohibition. And I think that the prohibitions ended. And even though, there's questions about how long, if the government's going to keep it, let us keep it, or I think as more and more good things come out about it, we'll find that it will be established and accepted in the community, because it's not gonna, it doesn't make you high. It helps you, much like, chamomile tea, only I think it's probably better than chamomile tea.
It has anywhere from 85 to 120 different cannabinoids. So, those are different things, and our body has an endocannabinoid system, that actually needs those things. And but you mentioned prohibition. That is so true. It's been prohibited. It's been stigmatized as a drug, and it's really, like you said, it's a cousin to marijuana. They're not the same. And President Barack Obama actually kind of paved the way back in 2014 when they passed the original Farm Bill of 2014, and that opened up for research and different things in several states. So, and then just recently, President Donald Trump, passed the Farm Bill of 2018. So now it's opening up in all areas, so people are able to not only research it more for medicinal purposes, but also, it has several other benefits. Hemp has many other benefits that, you can use in different products. I mean, there's something like 25 or 30,000 products that, hemp can be used for. So I think it's great for the country, and it's great for humanity.
One of the things I found out about hemp, I didn't know, but I went to Mystic, Connecticut. Don't know if you've ever been there. And they have this big, long building where they used to make the ropes for the ships. And they used hemp as the fiber for the ropes. And I thought that was really interesting. And then, you know, flaxseed, we think about flax, but, you know, flax, they use flax to make linen. And so, and hemp was used to make, well, they said the first flag of the United States was hemp cloth. You know, I mean, it's an amazing, amazing product in a sense that it should be out there because it's natural and it's good for us. And, you know, I'd much rather sleep on hemp sheets than I would sleep on microfiber. I don't even know what microfiber is, but it's kind of, you know, it's not natural.
You know, and that's another thing too that really excites me about it is, you know, we have a problem in not only America but in the world in general with plastics that, you know, they don't deteriorate, and I mean they're polluting our system, they're polluting our rivers, our streams, they're polluting our ponds, our oceans, and you know, hemp doesn't do that. Hemp will return back to the earth because it is a natural, you know, phytonutrient, I guess, in a sense, or plant-based product. So hopefully they can do away with some of the plastics and the problem we have with pollution there as well.
Yeah, and you can eat it. I mean, I have hemp granola. I have hemp protein powder, which actually, you know, I've enjoyed using the products, and I'm using CBD oil. I love it. I really do. I've really appreciated. I don't know, just makes me feel I can go out and conquer the day.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I got one other question for you. I know you're a busy person, and I don't want to keep you too long. I certainly appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with us. But for the final question, what you mentioned something about CBD oil metabolizing in the liver. So, what would you say to our viewers? What are some of the precautions that you would give regarding CBD oil?
Well, CBD oil is metabolized in the liver. It takes anywhere from 1 to 2 days, and that just depends on how you metabolize. Some are fast metabolizers, and some people are slower. So it is in the body. It does take it maybe a week or so even to get up to what we would call in the medical world therapeutic, you know, a therapeutic level where it's steady state, like it's in the steady, you know, you don't have the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys. So your very narrow therapeutic window agents, which your doctor would know, okay, like Coumadin or warfarin. Now, it might affect your Coumadin or warfarin protimes. So, but the thing about protimes and CBD oil is that if you started taking it, you would want to make sure you get your protimes taken, right? You're working with your doctor, and they can adjust your dose of warfarin to meet the needs of the body. You know, salad affects Coumadin. So if you eat a salad every day, well, then they can adjust your dose to that. So it's the same thing. Some blood pressure medications, if they go through the CPY metabolism in the liver, it could affect, you know, the levels. So I would just work closely with your physician is all, but you know, you're not going to take it one time and get this. It's not marijuana. You don't take it one time and get this euphoric high. You have to take it maybe for a week before you say, oh, you know what, I feel better, or my pain is really starting to go away. You know, it's not something that you're going to take like ibuprofen where it's one dose and your headache's gone. You know, in some respects, you might take it one time and feel better. I'm not saying you won't, but the full benefit of it comes from taking it regularly every day. So I saw an awesome YouTube video, like I say. It does seem to have some effects with in the brain with cognitive functioning. and they had a lady in there that had Alzheimer's disease. Now, it's just some random video that some daughter put up of her grandma, or granddaughter put up of her grandma in the nursing home. But it was amazing how within 3 weeks, she went from somebody laying in a bed that couldn't hardly even function to somebody that could give her a kiss and wave goodbye and say, I love you, you know. And for her, it was a miracle. So, but anyway, I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
rambling.
no, that's wonderful. That's great. So really what you're saying to us is, you know, if you get started on this, you don't want to quit taking your medications.
No, you absolutely do not want to quit taking your, I don't advocate that whatsoever. You know, we live in a world where we would like to just quit. And that was probably one of my most common questions in the pharmacy. A lot of people got on like 8 different medications, and, you know, you're not even hungry when you swallow 8 different medications a day. Wanting to know how they could get off. But the best way to get off is by working with your doctor.
Okay. Now, will it affect or interact with the medication?
I don't think it's going to interact with a medication. As far as, like, you know, having some bad side effect where, you know, your skin's going to turn purple. I mean, that's a joke.
Well, I know, you know, on most of the precautions when you get on a prescription, it'll say, you know, be careful if you eat grapefruit or something like that.
Yeah. So it actually does not go through that path. So it doesn't have that type of interaction. You know, they have found, I don't know how many different pathways that the liver goes through to metabolize different compounds in our body. So there are 2 main pathways it uses. I should have wrote them down, but I didn't. And any medication that would go through those 2 pathways, obviously it's going to affect their drug levels. And that's what it's going to affect, is the drug levels. It's not going to have an interaction with them where they're not going to work for you anymore. So, yeah.
Now, do you have a way of people contacting you to maybe look more into CBD? And
Yeah.
you have a link?
Actually, I have a little website. It's called Revolution for Health.
Okay.
And it's FOR. The number was taken.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll put that in the description box down here, folks. And if you want to get in touch with Terry, click on her link and go to her website. You can you can get in touch with her and you know, respond back and forth. And I'll leave some other links in the bottom for some other information for you. We appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. Miss Terry, we appreciate you taking the time to out of your busy schedule to talk with us about this. This is something that we've been interested in, been seeking you know, knowledge from a competent professional that knows the ins and outs of the drug business and different things and what it does to affect people. So we certainly appreciate you, and we just want to thank you again for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me. I enjoy working with you.
Thank you. Have a good day. You folks have a great day. We'll be talking to you again. This is Mike over here at Green Acres Place.